Hi there, this is Gloria Heck with RE/MAX Park Creek, and today we're going to be talking about what's ahead in the year 2021 in the world of real estate, so stay tuned. For 2021 in the world of real estate, we're still looking at interest rates being low. For the year, they're going to be probably close to 3.2% in that range. And they could go up towards the end of the year up to 3.4%, which is still a really good rate as far as interest rates are concerned for purchasing. Home sales are expected to appreciate 5.7%. which is considerably less than what they appreciated in 2020. 2020 was a crazy year as far as appreciation, and we did not expect prices to be as crazy as they were. But in the next section, I'm going to talk to you about what actually happened locally in 2020 so you can see a comparison. So as far as rates, as far as appreciation, we're looking at in the coming year 5.7%, and we're looking at price increases at 7.3% due to the strong demand that we expect to see in the market in this coming year. So let's talk a little bit about what we're expecting as far as trends are concerned. We are expecting to see both millennials and Gen Z purchasing. That's between the ages of 40 to 25. We see them purchasing in this coming year, and we're looking at them purchasing with, for the most part, lower down payments and really taking advantage of the low interest rates that we're seeing today. And home-wise, we're seeing that people will continue to work remotely in this coming year, and they in fact like working remotely. And what's happened as a result of people working remotely is that their desirability as far as a home is concerned has changed considerably. So now people are really looking for homes that have either an office space or a Zoom room. They're looking at homes that have high-speed internet. They're looking at places that have a backyard, maybe a quiet backyard, so that they can work comfortably from home. And also, one of the other things that we're seeing as far as trends are concerned, because people are working from home more, you're finding that a lot of people who traditionally have lived in the city are starting to move now to the suburbs. They're finding that since they don't have to go into the office, they have the ability to be able to live outside of the city and more in the suburban areas where rents and housing tends to be less expensive. They have more space and they have more desirability as far as living kind of a less. So suburbs are much more attractive than they had been in the past, where everybody wanted to be in the city where everything is happening. And due to COVID, there's not a lot of things happening now in the cities as they were, and people really want more space. And so they are migrating to the suburbs. Now, as far as home buyers are concerned, we're not going to see the craziness that we saw in 2020. So there will be availability for people to purchase new construction, and we see that more homes will be coming to the market in 2021. Those buyers who are armed with information on the neighborhoods along with strong pre-approvals will have the advantage in purchasing a home in this new year. Those people who are looking at selling their homes will be in a very strong position to sell their homes. The prices will not be as high as they were in 2020, but they still will be strong in 2021. Those sellers who are setting reasonable expectations in selling their homes will find that they will sell their homes in a timely fashion. And it's important for them to focus on where their next move is going to be. So you're really going to need to be able to navigate finding another place and selling your place, because you don't want to end up being without a home. So navigating those two areas is going to be very important when you're selling your home. So I want to share with you some of the information as far as what was happening in 2020 when we compared the latest information that we have from the MLS. Is I have information that shows me a comparison between November of 2019 and November of 2020, so that we can make some comparisons for the market. So if we look at single family homes, and I'm going to go over the 3 counties that we're looking at. We're looking at single family homes in Broward County. They went up from $375,000 in 2019 up to $425,000 in 2020. That's up 13.3%. That's a considerable amount going up. And if we're looking at Miami, prices went from $365,000 to $450,000 for a single family home. That's 23.3%. That's a huge increase from year to year. If we're looking at Palm Beach County, the price for a single family home went from $350,000 to $418,000. That's a 19.43% increase in home value from 2019 to 2020. Huge increase. We're also seeing that the supply, as far as the number of homes, inventory is very tight. It was very tight in 2020, and that's part of the reason why the prices were increased so high. If we're looking at townhomes and condos in Broward County, the prices went from $170,000 to $204,000. That is a 20% increase in Broward County. That's a huge number. We're not going to see those types of increases in 2021. We're looking at more 7.3%. As far as West Palm Beach, townhouse condo average price was $188,250 in 2019. It went up to $220,000. That's a 16.9% increase in Palm Beach County, which is pretty huge. In Miami, it was $245,000. In 2019, it went up to $270,000, and that's a 10.2% increase. And interestingly enough, for townhouses and condos, the inventory range it was still the same. It was about the same from 2019 to 2020. So we are looking at a really good year for this coming year, 2021. And I hope that this information was helpful for you. And if you like what you saw and like what you heard, then I hope you will subscribe to my channel. You all have a fabulous year.